offense through film and stuff this week?
It's very similar to ours, and they're a good opponent. So we're just gonna take it like a regular game and practice hard.
Did you realize you had so many tackles?
No, I didn't. I was just out there playing hard, trying to get a dub.
When did you find out how many you had?
At the end of the game, when they interviewed me and gave me a stat sheet and said you got 17 tackles.
Did that surprise you?
I was like, okay, yeah, it was kind of surprising.
What does that mean to you? I mean, that's a ton.
It means that I set a goal, I set a high standard, now I got to get more.
How do you top that now?
Just keep working, just work harder.
I know you had said after the game you and Haycock had a talk. I think that came after the spring. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yep.
How much did that motivate you?
Actually, it came before the before we went to winter break, but it's very motivating.
It was after the season?
Yeah, after the season, yeah, right before we left for winter break. Came a little talk, motivated me.
He made it sound like you maybe need just a little push to know that some big opportunities could be coming your way. Is that kind of how the talk went?
Most definitely, yeah. It made me get on my toes and made me work. So,
out of everything he said, what stood out the most to you?
That was a conversation between me and him, but just know it was motivation.
Did you need that kick, maybe?
Yeah.
Kick in the butt, maybe?
Yeah, I did at that time. I wasn't putting on for my family like I wanted to. So it gave me some motivation.
What kind of player were you before the talk, and what kind of player are you now?
I was always a hard worker, but now I understand that the game is a lot faster, and in order to be successful in it, you have to have a high football IQ. You have to be smarter than your opponent. So,
what'd you do in the off season then? Once he had that talk with you, what did you change anything about how you prepped going into the season then?
Yeah, I changed my film work. I really knuckled down on my film work. Trying to perfect my craft. So.
Is there anybody you kind of look to as an example on the team? Any teammates you kind of not necessarily leaned on, but kind of went to as you were starting to pick things up a little bit and got into spring?
Man, my motivations during spring were probably Willie Harvey, Joe Lanning, Regan Northrup, and Kamari Cottonwood. They were really on me. They were on me before the spring. They were like, man, you gotta put in work, man. You gotta grind if you want it. And so they're really close to me, and I really appreciate them for that.
How much does practicing against David Montgomery make you a better football player?
Man, it humbles you. It humbles you. He's a really slippery guy, man. He's different. He is very different. So, he gets me right.
He said he likes it when likes it as a way of putting it, when he sees you bearing down on him, because he knows he's got to do one or two things, then something about Shaker. It's a good challenge for him. Do you feel like you're presenting that to him?
Oh, I don't know if that's what he's saying, yeah, but I know he gives me a good challenge. When I see him in the hole, it's either he's going to try to run me over or he's going to try to give me a move, and you never know. So you just got to be ready for both.
Is a game like the Iowa game kind of put a little bit of a radar on you, I guess, now? Kind of put you on the radar a little bit more?
I don't know. All I know is that game humbled me, and it just made me want to go harder. I don't know if it put me on the radar or not. I just want to become a better football player.
What do you guys want to do to build off the strengths you showed in that game, and then, of course, correct the things you did and take that to Akron and beyond?
Just become more detail-oriented. Feel like we beat ourselves at times, and if we just knuckle down on those corrections, I feel like we can do some things this season.
How do you move on from games like that? Because it was something that kind of bit at you guys last season too.
You just got to move on. You got to understand, it's a game, and we have Akron this week, so you really can't think about it that much. You got to understand, you got to grow from it, but you really can't think about it when you're facing other people. So.
Coming into this season, Campbell said that this front seven was a little bit young, had a lot of people coming back from injuries and such. I guess how have you seen this front seven grow throughout these last couple weeks?
And they've knuckled down too. They understand they're young, but at the same time, it's a grown man sport, and you got to play like a grown man. I don't care how old you are. We're all D1 athletes, and we have to play like it.
What have you seen from Akron's running back? I don't know how much you got to dissect film or anything, but his running style, have you noticed anything or anything jumped out on film?
He's very big and he's very agile. So he's a really good running back, and we just have to make sure we get him on the ground.
Thanks, man.